Hi, welcome to Homestead Diary. My name's Amber, and we are processing some of our mustard seeds that came off of our mustard plants. And so one of the first things I do is I take them and I try to put them in a bucket or in something to let them dry. So this was a tote that had lots and lots of mustard seed branches that have mustard seeds on them and all the seed pods. Now you do want to wait to harvest these until they're dry on the actual stalk. And so, you know, when they're drying in here, it's only because there may be a couple of leaves left that might be a little bit moist or something like that, because these leaves are still green, and so they may have been a little bit moist when I first got them. But you make sure they're really, really dry. And one of my friends just told me that came over for lunch that she was taking these seed pods and she was breaking them open one by one and saving the seeds. And she asked me what I do to make it easier, and I said, I literally just take the seed pods and I take the branch off, and then I will wiggle it. So I wiggle my fingers down, and one time I did get a piece of wood or whatever, a little twig in my finger, and just got it out. But you basically put them off to the side. So these are ones that have been done. Now these you can compost and, you know, maybe put back in your garden somewhere. Every once in a while you'll see that there's a little tiny seed pod that didn't open up, or there may be a seed left on one of the inner pieces of it. There may be some seeds on this. So I wouldn't throw this in the garbage or anything. You put it in the compost, or you put it out on the ground as mulch or whatever. So thank you, Gideon, for helping. So you're gonna, and even if you pull them off, but really what I like to do is not pull them off, but I take my finger and I twist. So I'm rubbing my finger down, and at the same time I'm basically collecting them, but then twisting so that they open up. Now if every single one doesn't open up, you can go back and do it again, open it up a little bit more when you're pretty sure that it's all off. Now you can see this one little seed left on there, and you can kind of twist that again, see if you can get it off. But there'll be some left on. Don't worry about every single one. That's one of the benefits of the compost garden, is that sometimes you'll get seeds that come off of your compost. So once you get all of this done, what you do is you take, yeah, isn't that so, what is that? Oh, it's a baby pea? Yeah, sometimes when I'm collecting seeds, I'll grab a couple of seed pods of other things or whatever, throw them in the bin. Yeah, those are baby peas. Yeah, looking good. So then what I'll do is I'll take all this, these parts and pieces, and I'll crush them up. So then I'll take my hands and I'll kind of rub them together, and I'll break them up into, and it will get a little dusty. Sometimes you might want to do it outside. Good boy, Gideon. Once you kind of get to that point where, yep, you feel like you got most of the stems all out, you got most of the seed pods broken up, it's not going to be super hard to then take this and pour it into a colander. And once you actually get the colander, that's a mama? Oh, this is a mama garlic.
Do you want me to go get the colander?
Sure, if you want to. I'll grab mama garlic someday. It's gonna turn into its own baby. And so what you can do is, yep, start putting stuff in. So you kind of get the last twigs out, and then once you get the twigs out, you basically just fill it up. So put it all this brush or whatever into your colander. Yep, good boy, Gideon. You put it in. Look at all those babies. So you try to pick up as much up as you possibly can. And then you kind of shake through, and your mustard will start falling out the bottom. Now if you get pieces of the branches and pieces of other things, that's okay. You know, it's not going to be 100%. That's why they have sometimes in seed bags, you'll see seeds, and then you'll say other organic material. Well, the other organic material is probably, you know, things that are related to the plant that, you know, has the seed pods or whatever. So the organic material. So once you kind of get to a point where you feel like the seeds are out, you've moved them around, you've shaken them together, then you'll get what, this are mustard seeds, but they're just the remaining pods. And so I keep all this little material or whatever. And sometimes in the future you might get the seeds to pop open, and then in the bottom corner you'll get a little collection of seeds down here. But primarily what you're going to get, don't put the corn seeds in there. We're gonna have to pick out the pea seeds and the garlic seeds already. I know. But then you'll pull all this together and then you'll get a pretty good product of mustard seeds. So these are mustard seeds already from this year. It's August now, and so these were in July that I harvested some. And I might put them in a different jar, or I might put them in the same jar, depending on how I want to plant them next year. If I'm looking to plant the ones that are, you know, harvestable around this time, you know, in a different season or whatever. But that's basically how. Don't put that in your mouth, honey. I don't want you to take the corn out in your mouth. Love you. So funny. Okay, well, I hope you have a blessed day. Hope this helps.